Welcome, everybody. It's Monday again. Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And
we are the hosts of Candid Conversations.
Hi, I'm Saucy Sunny.
Dawn B.
Aisha Israel.
Welcome to Candid Conversations.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
All girl talk.
Ready for Candid Conversations.
We are ready to get started.
Are you?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. It is Monday, March 22nd, and we are still going strong with Women's History Month and the Boss Chick. So coming up shortly, I'm going to introduce our special boss chick to you. I really did not have an eventful weekend, so I don't have a whole lot to talk about in this intro, but I hope that your weekend was happy and blessed and all of that. We did have some good weather this weekend. That's probably the most exciting. Nope, that's not true. My little cousin had a birthday party. So, and by little, I mean 40 something. But anyway, we had a good time, and family is important to me. And so hopefully you guys have some wonderful things that you can share with us today. Thank you for tuning in. What was I going to say? Oh, I did watch another episode of that Married at First Sight, and I'm doing okay with most of the couples. You guys know I just cannot deal with I can't think of his name right now. The one that's getting on my nerves, the narcissist. But anyway, okay, we may get into that later. You know how this goes, but I want to take time out now to introduce our special boss chick. So I will say this. Word around town is that she is in high demand, and I want her to have her time to talk about what she does and how she does it and how she got there, so that maybe she can be an inspiration to some of you guys out there who are looking to do the same or who are looking to help out. She is very involved in the community, and I guess without further ado, I'm going to play her intro video. All right. Hey, Tanya, welcome to Candid Conversations.
Thank you, Aisha. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. How are you today?
I am good. That intro was dope. It made me look like I was actually doing something. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so I hear you are doing some great things. So I will say, this is Katanya Raby. Thank you for joining us. She is the principal planner. I like that title, by the way, of Urban Dreams LLC. So why don't you start out by telling us what Urban Dreams LLC is and how we may not know it, but we are involved anyway.
Sure. So Urban Dreams is a brand new startup planning firm, and it's a one-woman show for now. But I do, my background is in urban planning, and I've, done a lot of work with communities, community development, master planning, economic development, community engagement around planning activities that are happening. And so this was my opportunity. I took this opportunity to step out on faith and just see what I could do on my own and really be able to tap into the communities and the projects that matter most to me. And really focusing my efforts and bringing my talents in planning to, communities that raised me. I'm Southside born and raised. And so, I have a very fond love of my own community, and my dad is from the West Side. So just making those connections on into communities that, made me who I am today.
Yeah. And so who are if you're able to say, because I know sometimes there are stipulations, but what companies or what type of companies do you typically work with?
Mm-hmm. So in this realm, it kind of is it goes across different spectrums. You've got, your government clients, which would be like the municipality or the some kind of sub-government organization. You've got community groups who are looking to do planning work. There's a lot of folks that are kind of doing planning work on their own, but don't necessarily have the connections to the resources or just the know-how about how to make sure that a plan gets completed and that it's implemented. So those are the kinds of groups that I work with. And these groups are kind of like, your community development corporations or other community groups that are looking to do some type of change in their community. They identify that there's an issue that they need some additional help with solving. That's where I can step in.
Okay, so that was going to be kind of my question. So, like, what is urban planning? So, what are you actually planning?
Right, that's a great question. It's not event planning, party planning, nothing like that. Planning is a very broad field that covers, a lot of areas. A lot of people think of it as architecture. It's not quite architecture, but there is a design element like urban design. Thinking about streetscapes, where medians are going to be placed, where light fixtures are going to be placed, like all of that kind of stuff. Thinking about how people are moving, thinking about the transportation, how you're going to get from point A to point B. So connectivity is another thing. Thinking about economic development opportunities, how, can we make sure that communities are actually thriving and growing? But you can't really do that without having some type of economic, force within that community. So really just, uplifting and finding the resources and the funding to bring those elements into areas that might be lacking. Housing is a big piece of that. Where are people living? Is there a shortage of housing? Is there a need for more affordable housing versus luxury housing? So, there's a lot of different elements that go into planning. And that was just like the tip of the iceberg. It goes a lot deeper than that. But you also have to think about like all of the infrastructure of the city and like, where does your sewage go? Where does your fresh water intake come from? Thinking about environmental issues. And, so it covers a lot, but I don't do all of those things. That would be impossible. But my main focus is kind of looking holistically at a community area and really kind of helping to connect those dots so that those communities can be on the path towards thriving.
Okay, so you're on more of the design part, right? You come up with the plan and you get the pieces together so that they can do it?
Kind of. It's more like it starts off with community engagement. In order to even get the ideas out, you have to have the conversations. And so it's been, it's really starting there and understanding what the community wants and needs, and not making assumptions about that, because there's been many communities that have been planned without community input, and that's definitely not the way to go.
Okay. The difference. You can tell the difference.
Well, the community members, get mad. Like all of a sudden you see, there's new development going up and you're like, well, I didn't know about that. Or you see, there's changes that happen and you're like, well, who made that decision?
Got it.
And so planners are, becoming better educated around being intentional about planning practices so that they are not stepping on the toes of community groups, and actually listening and taking that information and using that to help develop these plans. And so plans are really primarily like a set of recommendations that are created through like this process of community engagement and doing analysis and looking at the geography, looking at, all these different elements that go into, whatever area you're looking at. And then, coming up with recommendations that will help make that area better, whether that's looking at how to bring more resources, more jobs into the area, or looking at how to bring more opportunities for better housing for families. Like there's a whole...
Something that a lot of communities need.
Yes. Exactly. And a lot of times planning is one of those things that takes forever to see the results of. It's not a quick fix. It doesn't happen overnight. It can take 5, 10, 20, 30 years before you realize, like a lot of these larger infrastructure projects, like say, for instance, the Red Line in Chicago along the Dan Ryan, when they redid the Red Line, that wasn't something that happened. They said, oh, let's fix the Red Line. That took 20 years to happen.
Wow.
So, it's not a quick turnaround for any of these things. You have to put all of the things in place to make it happen.
Okay. Well, I know this, when the person called and made the recommendation for you to be highlighted, they wanted me to make sure that I mentioned and connected you to your grandfather. So, do you want to mention him real quick? Because it's all about you, but I understand that he is, your bloodline. So he has some connection to you and some influence on how you moved about in your life. So
Yeah, he did. So my grandfather was Al Raby. He was a civil rights leader in very prominent in Chicago during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. He led the fight towards the desegregation of Chicago public schools. Then he led the fight for for fair housing in Chicago, and was the person behind getting Dr. Martin Luther King to come to the city and continue that fight and really bring a lot more national attention to the issue. He was Harold Washington's campaign manager. He was one of the directors for the Peace Corps in Ghana. So he's got like a really amazing resume. And he is an inspiration to me, and a lot, like, I didn't even realize it until recently that a lot of the things that I do, my work in housing or other elements of planning, and how it connects to the work that he did. And it's just a really powerful thing, to be able to walk through City Hall and the spaces that he was in, and kind of like just feeling him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I want to thank you for all of that. Was there anything that you want to leave? I'm definitely going to put what was your website?
Oh, it's okay. It's our urban dream.
Our Okay. I didn't remember off the top of my head, but I'm going to put that in the comments as we go on with the show. And if there's anything you'd like to leave for any budding entrepreneurs, to give them some inspiration, that'll be good. And then we'll lead into the next segment.
Yeah, sounds good.
You're good?
Huh?
I said you're good?
I'm good. I mean, I can share, I guess, parting words of wisdom, right? I mean, I know for me, I'll say this because Boss Chicks, we're a very diverse group of women, and we handle our struggles and we get through it, and we're tenacious. We don't stop, and I definitely, had that experience. A very young mother, went through a traumatic experience in my marriage and wound up getting divorced. So like all of these different things that, I had to encounter. Like, I know that there's so many more women who've had these things and some, but I just want to encourage everybody, all of us girls, to just make sure that we are doing what we need to do that's best for ourselves and our children if we have them. Because worrying about what these dudes is on, and I'm not saying if you're happily married and your husband is on point, but if you got to, like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but get that divorce, sis, because it'll be the best thing that you'll ever do for yourself. And sometimes, you have to, like, I had to leave that. I had to drop that in order to grow. So I'm not trying to break up anyone's happy home.
Right, not the happy home.
But if you need to leave.
Got you. All right. And I agree with you. I think that we need to remind our young sisters, so to speak, that there are going to be obstacles. It's not going to be easy, even when you have famous grandfathers, when you have, the right network. There's still going to be obstacles. And the difference is if you keep going or not. All right. But we're about to bring up Imani. Thank you. Don't leave, right? You're going to stay for Girl Talk.
Oh, yeah. I got my little glass.
Okay. We're ready. All right.
Trapping.
I'm sorry, I'm back here like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I like your intro, Imani. All right, lady.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so what's up today? What tea do you have for me? Wait.
Okay, so I first want to start with the rapper Lil Boosie. People probably know him from his song Boosie Badass, and it was a lot of controversy about him like a few months ago because he got his son a lap dance, his teenage son, he got him a lap dance from a stripper. But Lil Boosie is 38 years old. He's been battling cancer on and off for years, and a few days ago he finally announced that he is cancer free. So congratulations to Boosie. That's not really tea. That's a praise. So I'm glad that he's cancer free because nobody deserves that. And the real tea is about Quavo and Saweetie. Now, Quavo is a member of the Migos, who you also know is Cardi B husband, Offset. They're in the same group. That's the Migos.
Oh, okay.
So Saweetie is actually Gabrielle's Jr. cousin.
Oh.
Saweetie holds a few degrees. She's a businesswoman. She make her own money. She made good money.
Like that.
She had fame before Quavo or whatever, but the thing is, they recently just broke up. Quavo been a cheater, always be cheating, and she said that they broke up because he undervalued her and the price tag was too low. But I think that was a cover up. I think that's just a cover up because she hurt. She tired of him cheating. Every time she look up, this man cheating. So she gonna tell the world that the price tag too low, and she was even saying I might take him back, but I'm a businesswoman, so he gonna have to spend a little more. But I still think that's a cover up. Like, you really don't feel that way. You really hurt in the inside, and us as women, we have a funny way of covering up our hurt or trying to downplay it. But in all honesty, I feel like she's just hurt because he's been cheating on her every time she look up. And it's embarrassing. You're a public figure. Everybody knows it. So it's like now she's finally calling it quits because he's been cheating. But let her tell it is because she was undervalued. And it was a rumor going around that he repossessed her Bentley. And I wanted to touch on that because even if he did repossess her Bentley, it's not like she can't get her own. It's not like she don't have her own cars. And if he did do that, he an Indian giver. And if you gonna take something back, don't give it to me because we don't do that. I don't care if we break up. What's man's is man's. Even if you gave it to me, it's man's. So I think that was
that he gave her a Bentley like while they were dating, and then when they
he repossessed her Bentley.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I'm understanding. Okay.
Yeah, so which is trash. You can't be an Indian giver.
Right. I feel that.
But like I said, she got her own car.
Anyway. Maybe he was still paying on it.
Obviously, the Bentley got to be in his name if he repossessed it, right?
Yeah, you can't just.
So it wasn't really hers anyway, right? But that's trash. But like I said, she probably got her own Bentley or more cars. It was just something that's just something men do to make themselves feel secure. Like, okay, now I'm taking it back. But
yeah. Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
That's messy.
But yeah, that's the tea for today.
Okay. You know what? The thing is, I don't know either of those people, so I don't have an opinion.
Your son probably know who they are.
He probably does. But
yes, we know exactly who they are.
All right. Well, good. That was some good tea. I mean, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't think you should give gifts and take them back. That's not cool, especially when you're in the public eye. So now everybody knows what kind of person
Right.
you are.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. You don't have a man like that, and I don't have a man like that, so we're good.
I would have want one like that.
No, there's no way they could stick around. But all right, so you know it's time to introduce the girls. You ready? Are the girls ready? I hope they're ready. All right. First up, we have Sunny. Hey, Sunny, how are you?
Hey,
You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
Sunny.
with an earbud.
Hello.
All right, cool. Next up, we have
Hey.
Dawn B, all the way from the South Side.
Hi, Dawn.
Yay! And we have our guest host,
My bad.
Lisa Tracy, all the way from Chicagoland area. All right, and last but not least, our guest boss chick for today, Katanya. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
All right, raise your glass for Women's History Month. Woo-hoo. All right. I know last time somebody clinked it on the computer. All right, so let me. Oh, you know what? Did we? Oh no, nobody said hi to us today. I don't have any comments to respond to. Okay, so you need me, John? You said, "Oh shoot." Okay. All right. So these are the rules for Girl Talk. For those of you who do not know, so as you see, there are 6 ladies on the panel, and we have questions, scenarios, and memes. And I will go in order, choosing the lady to pick which one they would like to do. And that lady has the opportunity to respond first. And then once they are done, the rest of us will chime in. Are you ready?
Word.
Word.
Yep.
All right. So Imani, you happen to be up first. So would you like a question, a scenario, or a meme?
I want a question.
A question? All
Yes.
right. All right. I'll read it because I'm covering your face right now. All right.
Okay.
Do men share several of the same insecurities as women, but hide them better? Or is it that because of their insecurities, they always blame women for their screw up? Huh?
Oh.
Okay. They always blame women for their screw up so they can shift the blame. All right.
That's deep.
That's deep. So what's your response?
I mean, me personally, I'm a bit biased. I think women are perfect, so I think we are here to help men with their imperfections. That's just me. Okay, so I definitely think that men like to have their insecurities, but I would say they hide them better. I definitely would. I think women tend to show their insecurities more, or sometimes in a jokingly way, but they really feel that way. But whereas a man, I feel like you wouldn't know, or if they are insecure, they're not going to talk about it with the opposite sex. They'll talk about it amongst guys, but it'll be like a jokingly thing too. You know, like I don't know. That's a deep question.
Okay. So you're saying you think guys have more insecurities, but they don't tell the women?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just show
I
up.
have something to say. I think they show it by being, like, a lot of them show it by being prideful and arrogant. So I think a lot of it comes across as that, and men have that ego. So when they don't want to hear advice or take advice from others, that right there shows insecurities, because we know there is wisdom in wise counsel. So if you're not taking wise counsel, then that means that you're not taking wisdom. So that means there may be some insecurities even in that. So I think it comes across through arrogance, the way that they behave, and through pride and ego. And I think both men and women have, I don't know if it's like even or not, but I think they both have insecurities. I think we just show it differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of our culture, right? I think that women are encouraged to like express themselves emotionally regularly.
And men aren't.
That's widely accepted. So when a man, you know, is feeling insecure or feeling emotional, he's not going to tell everybody, at least, you know, not just explicitly like that, or he's going to wait until he has somebody that he trusts. And then even that's still even a maybe, you know what I mean? Because it's so ingrained in them that they can't be vulnerable. They're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to show strength. They're supposed to be our protector. So it's like our culture has told men that that's a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think that they have more or less. I just think that they're
Yeah.
just not encouraged to express them or deal with them.
And I think they think that if they deal with them in the barbershop, then that's real getting down to the nitty gritty. But that's barbershop talk. They're not talking about deep, intimate, vulnerable things in the barbershop. And if they have one guy who they can be, you know, vulnerable with, that is great. I think my brother is probably the only guy that I know who has male friends that can be vulnerable with one another. That's about it. And that's crazy.
Right. Mm. Anybody else?
No, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sonny, you're up next.
That was a question. I'll do a scenario. I'm scared of memes.
Let me know if we did this already. It says, I've been single for 4 years. My ex cheated on me and it really changed me. Did we do that one already?
I don't think so.
Okay. I've been single for 4 years. My ex cheated on me and it really changed me. A couple months ago, I met an amazing guy. He's really so sweet. He treats me great and treats my family just as good. We haven't really made it official, but here's the problem. We have not been intimate. And although I do like him, bad sex could easily ruin my feelings for him. Second of all, I have very bad trust issues since the cheating scandal. I'm sorry, I was looking back for the cheating scandal. Okay, since the cheating scandal, I've begun to think that every guy just wants to play with me, and I tend to remove myself from any romantic situation. Have any of y'all been in a similar situation? If so, how have y'all dealt with it?
Has my ex cheated on me? No. As far as, so she met this great guy and she's like, everything is good, but we haven't hit it yet. That might be a good thing. Maybe she need to take it slow. And if she feels like that, if it's not good, that would ruin it. There's toys. Last show we heard about a very interesting toy that could be implemented. No.
Sweet minded. Yes.
Thanks.
My favorite.
My sweet mind, my innocent mind.
Your innocent mind with your 4 kids.
Mine too.
15.
That blew me up. Go ahead.
I'm just messing with
yeah. Go. I know I haven't been in a situation.
Okay, I have been cheated on, and I just, but I think it all depends on the type of person that you are, just in general to start. So I have been cheated on, but I just feel like if she's in a relationship with a guy that she's been cheated on, why is she still there? Like, I understand the new guy and all of that, but why? Okay, whatever.
She's not still there. She's been single for 4 years. This guy is
single for 4 years. Okay, so then
she's got hangups. So what she needs to do is
she needs to get over her trust issues.
Yeah, but if that comes up every time you get with somebody, just hang out. If you feel like having sex, have sex with everybody. If nobody, then nobody. Just have fun.
Everybody, I don't agree with.
If that's what she wants to do,
no, because this is the thing.
We're gonna help her.
No, but she obviously has. So that's a hang up, right? If she's got these trust issues and she's not over the relationship that she got cheated on in, and that's her issue. I feel like sex clouds your judgment.
No,
So
she
you
said
She needs closure.
and she
Right.
said she also
So she needs
said,
to cheat back. Get back
That's
with him and
what I'm
cheat
saying.
back. And then
Have
good
time
one.
in
And then get with the
therapy.
person you want to be with.
YOLO.
I think she needs counseling. I
She
do.
needs therapy. Seriously, go to
I
therapy.
really do. And in regards to the sex, if you're not a virgin, you're not going to know what anybody likes. Like you may have had different experiences with other
I think I need
people.
to reread that.
So you're going to have to learn
after she
that
talked about it.
individual. So you have to be open to learning. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to be. I just think people live in a fantasy land where they think, you know, it has to be great the first time you have sex. And honestly, with somebody, and honestly, it might not be. But is
It
that
should be,
person
though.
open to? Is that person open to learning? Is that person open to learning what you like, and vice versa? And I think
Oh.
that's important.
Nobody has time to
I'm
be
not gonna lie. I ain't got time to teach nobody.
Nobody got time to be teaching. Nobody
If
has
you
that.
bad, you bad. I don't want it no more.
If you
Go
don't
home,
have
don't do that to me
But what
again.
you like, somebody else might not like. You know what I'm saying?
If
What
you have
you
a
like.
connection, check this out. In my opinion, I've lived it too. If you have a connection, you have a connection. It's going to be great. It might be a little fumbling, stumbling, sure. But if you don't have a connection, it's going to be awful, and it's going to continue to be awful. I can't tell you, hey, by the way, I love when you put me on a ceiling fan or whatever. I don't know. But that's his thing, and he can never get with it. So guess what? We are not compatible. Period. Nobody has time to be teaching. We're not 16. We're not 21. We're not virgins. I'm not going to I'm not in Catholic school no more. Get out of here.
I think it depends on what is the priority in your relationship, though. Like if that's the priority, then okay, yeah. But if you're looking for something that's more deep, more genuine, then it's not going to be, well, I need to know if he's good at this, because yeah, you are going to learn together. You're saying you don't have time to teach anybody, but if you're looking for a long-term relationship, well, you need to make time. I mean, if you want somebody, if you want somebody to love you like you want to be loved, then you have to be that person. You can't be selfish in a situation and just expect somebody to do what you want them to be, and you're not giving nothing.
It's not selfish. It's not selfish. If it's not a connection,
I'm not going to teach no man how to love my body. I'm sorry. I'm not teaching.
We're not connecting. We just don't connect, and that's fine.
You just
I'm
not.
gonna drink.
It's just not there.
What do you say?
I don't agree with that at all.
Or
read that woman. Read what she said. Reread it. We've taken it to 17 different situations.
Let's see.
Okay. I have been single for 4 years. Okay, so that's where I was wrong. But I have been single for 4 years. My ex cheated on me, and it really changed me. A couple of months ago, I met an amazing guy. He's really sweet. He treats me great and treats my family just as good. We haven't really made it official, but here's the problem. We have not been intimate, and although I do like him, bad sex could easily ruin my feelings for him. Second of all, did you want me to keep going?
I don't see second of all.
I'm kind of still stuck on the fact that she's been single for 4 years and hasn't done the work that she needs to get over her trust issues. That's a long time ago.
She needs closure.
I agree.
Maybe she doesn't need closure because clearly the dude didn't do what he needed to do to keep her.
She got closure.
She needs to close it off herself, and not try to look for it from him. And just go to therapy and work on herself.
What did she say she's not comfortable in that situation?
What do you mean not comfortable?
She says they haven't
trust issues. She didn't say that he did anything.
She has trust issues.
Wonderful, but she has these issues that have lingered for 4 years. That's a long time. You've been single 4 years. You've been holding on to this for 4 years, and now you're letting this encroach upon your new relationship. Something ain't right.
She also said that bad sex could ruin a relationship. Aisha, you got to leave the thing up now that you used to do.
I'm sorry. I was trying not to cover up people's faces. Okay, I'll cover up
you should put us on the side. Can we get put on the side?
There we go.
I'm a bit on the other side. I may sound bogus or really bad for saying this, but in the past, when I was in a relationship and he cheated on me, I took her back and I cheated on her back and then I dumped him, and that's how I did it.
But that guy's been gone for 4 years, so she.
This was years ago too, and I got my closure. But that's just me. I'm just a little bit mean when it comes to the men. So
she's not asking. She's not asking how to get revenge or closure.
I know she don't want revenge, but that probably sometimes make you feel good.
And she did do it similar. She just handled it a different way. She said, "How did y'all handle it?"
It made me feel good. And I ain't thought about him since.
So basically, she's saying, "Okay, I like him, but if he can't perform, it's over." Well,
it's just so silly. To me, that's just so silly. If you like this person, y'all can teach each other. I just don't understand this not wanting to learn each other's everything to be that which you say you want. I just don't know.
How does she even know if he knows what's like? What
she doesn't love him.
It could be amazing.
Love him.
She don't love him. She likes him.
But she said she likes him a lot. But she also said that it could ruin it if it's bad sex.
Yeah, so try it. That's all I can
maybe
say.
she should wait until she loves him so they can have sex. So that then, even if it's bad, she could still be with him because she loves him.
Hey, you try harder when you have love.
Yeah,
it's just a like. You're like,
I don't think she should just settle for bad sex. I just
maybe she's gonna get her rose. She ain't got to worry about him.
And see what it is first.
Look, a rose and a squirrel, and she ain't got to worry about him at all.
Okay, we beat this one up.
That's a premature statement right there. No pun intended. She should have wrote that after she had sex with him so she can give us the tip.
So she needs to check back in. That's what she said.
Yeah. Do it first and then say, okay, he's very sweet and I'm still a goofball.
Silly. Okay, Dawn, do you want a question?
Girl, please send me. No, I'm just playing.
Give her a meme.
Okay, no, I don't do well with memes. I want a question, please.
The memes are your baby, though. You love them. Now you don't.
I love reading them, but it's really no comment for them.
All right, you
no comment.
The question.
Yeah.
The question. Okay.
Yes, please.
How did you know your significant other was the one?
Never have I ever.
This is perfect for you, Dawn. Dawn, are you drinking some wine right now?
No,
cheers. Cheers, Dawn.
Here we go. I don't want this. How do you know your significant other is the one? I don't.
Well, just you don't want to even think back to when. You don't have to though.
Well, I don't know. You don't know. You don't know. It's the luck of the draw. It's the feeling that you have at that moment, and it might be the one for right now. The moment you think it's for the rest of your life. I hope I don't sound bitter, but when I thought that my husband was the one, it was because it was the timing was perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it was like outstanding how we met, how the earth aligned with the stupid shit. I don't know.
You were looking for signs. I just think I don't know. I don't know how everybody else is on the panel. Make myself smaller. I am not of the mindset that there is one. So
I agree.
I think people get stuck with that, like the one.
Have y'all seen that Netflix series, The One?
Yes. When they matchmake with the DNA?
Yes.
That is so crazy.
With what?
So
What do they match
DNA, and they could tell you who you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life.
Which is wild because I agree with Aisha. I feel like there could be multiple.
There's multiple people that are one.
Yeah.
It's just different people for the right time, for different times in your life.
For right now. That's what happened to me. So now I'm looking for my next one.
Well, I mean, because we've said before, like, the person you are at 20, you're not the same person at 30. You're not the same person at 40. And so depending on what point in your life you meet somebody, that person could or could not be the one at that particular time. Like you grow, they grow, you have different experiences. And sometimes people just fit. You know what I mean? I don't think that, because I don't even know what would be the sign. You know what I mean? I don't even have that. So
I think you just have to make a decision.
yeah, you make
you have to make a decision. You have to make logical decisions where you don't allow your heart to lead your mind, but you allow your mind to lead your heart. Not saying that you just remove your feelings from it, because you don't, because feelings are important. But I just think you have to make you have to make logical decisions. Okay, this person and I align here, we align there, we align there. My feelings for him, I'm attracted to him. You know, I love his intellect. I love his mind. You know, and then he makes me feel. And then the he makes me feel should come after. But there has to be, I love or like these things about him, and then he makes me feel, and then you just make a logical conclusion from there. I think a lot of people end up allowing their heart to guide their thought process, and I think that's the wrong thing to do.
I agree with Lisa.
Yes.
I would like to have a little bit of my heart in it. I did.
Oh, yeah, no. She's not saying don't feel anything. She's just saying don't let that lead, because sometimes that can get you into a bad situation. But I think, when now that I'm grown, I do wonder, like, what were my parents thinking about? But my mom has talked to me, like, since I was young. Maybe when I first started showing interest in boys around high school or something. I remember she specifically had me make a list of non-negotiables. So, like, what I absolutely could not tolerate in a relationship. And if somebody shows signs of those, then, you need to walk away. And sometimes you might reevaluate, because I know when I first started, my list of non-negotiables was probably like a mile long. But of course, as you grow and you're like, okay, well, wait, I do that. Okay, let me take that off.
Like, he can actually have a dad bod. Like, okay, I didn't date him. In my 20s, he couldn't have a dad bod. Now,
I'm in my 20s. I like the dad bod. I like the belly.
Yeah,
I'm a chubby chaser. I like a little belly.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's what said. He or she is the one if you feel stable and safe.
But I want to touch on what Aisha said, when she said her mom made her make a list of negotiables, what you will accept and you won't accept. It's funny that you say your mom has you do that, because when I was with my child father, I just thought I was going to be with him. And my mom kept telling me, that is not the one. That is not the one. And now here I am. I'm going to be married to somebody else, to somebody who I never, thought I was going to be married to. I thought I was going to be with my child father forever. And I listened to my heart more than my head when I was with him. And I did see the signs. He wasn't a cheater or anything, but just a lazy. And I knew I didn't like a lazy man, but I would accept it because I was so much in love. Mm-hmm. Whereas now the man that I'm with, he do this, he do that. I don't have to repeat myself twice. He take care of my child, been in her life since she was walking, first step. So it's like, you really gotta think, like, what is best for your life in the long run, and do this person bring everything to the table versus somebody who only bring a little bit to the table.
Right. Liz wanted to say hello, everyone. Hey,
shut up, Liz. No men allowed.
They're allowed in the chat. All right. So yeah. Katanya, did you get to say anything on that one?
No. I do agree with, everybody else. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. I don't want you to feel on the spot. I just didn't want you to feel like you didn't have a chance to speak. So
no, it's fine.
The next one. That was Dawn's contribution.
Yeah, blah blah blah. That's how I feel. How you know if he's the one? Blah blah blah.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay. Lisa Tracy, what would you like? A scenario, a question, or a meme?
I'll take a meme since no one has taken one.
All right, cool. Here we go. If I snatch, should I read the memes, or should I just let you read them and react? Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can.
Okay. If I snatched your phone unlocked and I snatched your food, which one you going after first?
Food.
Definitely.
Time of the day.
My phone.
Wait, what
My
you say?
phone. My phone for sure. And I love me some food, but for sure my phone.
I ain't got nothing in my phone. Like if you see something in my phone, that's on you.
I feel like it depends on who's snatching my
Just don't
phone.
mess with my meal deal. You
Okay.
can have the phone.
I don't know. What do you say, Sonny?
I'm going for food.
We going for food?
I don't get to eat as often as I like with my kids around. Take the phone, give me the food.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't even see myself going after either. I probably look like, what are you doing? Like, that was funny to you? I don't know. Like, I can't think of either one that I would go for. I mean, depends
I
on
would go for
did I have the phone in my hand and I'm doing something? Then I probably go for the phone. Was I eating? Did I go for the food? I mean,
Yeah, you have both. Your phone was unlocked. You're reading your phone on the table while eating a burrito bowl. And he
Make it good. No, something really good.
But you said he snatches. So
because we are women. So, and that's what happened. That's a scenario. They took both.
It was a guy on the meme. So
okay, but like I'm my thing is it depends on who's snatching my phone.
Girl, it's your boyfriend.
Nah, I ain't going for the phone. I'm going for the food. But like if somebody else snatch my phone, it's some nasty stuff in my phone. I don't want everybody seeing the stuff.
You don't want your mama snatching your phone. Your mama
can snatch my phone. But like if my mama snatch my phone, I'm definitely going for my phone. My grandma snatched my phone, I'm going for my phone. I don't want them seeing that.
Nah, it depends on what time of the day it is. I'm hungry in the morning and then right around 1 or 2.
You said, man.
I'm going for my food.
That's funny. Yeah, I think it depends. Okay, we don't need to spend a lot of time on that. All right, Katanya, we made it around to you.
All right, I'm ready.
What would you like? A question, a scenario, or a meme?
I was gonna go with meme, but I guess, huh?
Yeah, memes are kind of weird sometimes, right?
They are kind of weird. I'm gonna go with a scenario.
Scenario?
Yeah.
We've only done one scenario so far, right? Right?
I think so.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I didn't pull up something we've already seen. Okay. It says, I thought I wanted a relationship, but now I'm seeing 3 men.
All right, man.
God, start smiling. Okay. Two of them say they have feelings for me, and it's only been like 6 weeks. I don't want to settle down with either of them or the third. I just want to continue seeing them all and go on a date every other night. I see why men do this. It's fun and it's all good until people catch feelings you didn't ask them to have. I have previously spent a year and a half in a situationship with a man who wouldn't commit. I ended up breaking my own heart over him, and now I really just give 0 beats, like 0. In fact, I'd rather break it off with the 2 feelings catchers and grab 2 more to replace them. Am I good inside?
Nope.
Not at all.
I like her.
I like her too.
I like her. She focuses on herself.
I mean,
cheers to her.
Sometimes you just gotta, have a lineup. Everybody, is contributing to your life in a different kind of way, and I think that's okay. I'm cool with that. I mean,
as long as she's being honest.
She's being right. Like that's the whole thing. Is like don't do it behind the backs of the other ones. But I mean, if you're going out with different guys, as long as you're being transparent and upfront about it, and then if you're being intimate with them, being safe or whatever, just I don't see an issue with it, especially if she's been in a situation that didn't work out, and she's just wanting to figure out what her wants and needs are. Like, what's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if, like in this day and age, people say you have to have a conversation when you want commitment. So honestly, to be honest, most guys are not forthcoming when, with who they're going out with, or if they're going out with multiple people, unless you ask them. So unless it's a conversation of, I want to be in a relationship with you, then do you really owe anybody anything? Now, you do owe them. I would hope that you would give them honesty when they ask you. I think that's important. But, I mean, do you have to be forthcoming if there wasn't a conversation of, I want to be with you? You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of sort of where we are in this society. It's probably kind of sort of how it's been for quite a while now.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Because when homegirl said she didn't want to be in a relationship, she was in a relationship for 4 years, y'all was like, oh, she got to go talk to somebody. But now this chick said because she only want to have sex with 3 other dudes.
But there's a difference. Okay, so let me clear up any confusion. So now one girl says she had trust issues and she's already anxious about the man not performing in bed. She ain't even got
and
there.
This same chick says she got issues. And my dead inside was her question.
Yes.
So she probably does. She's wondering if her being just wanting to be free and kind of feel out what works best for her.
Because her ex-boyfriend would commit.
But I guess I identify with that. After my divorce, it was like, okay, like I need to figure out my life and what it is that I want out of this thing. And I didn't want to be like the girl who was single for 4 years and seems to be like completely stuck on whatever her ex did. Like, my situation wasn't the best at all, but I didn't let that stop me from figuring out what I wanted to do. And if that meant that I was kind of like testing it out with different people, then it is what it is. It's not like I'm dead inside. Like, I don't agree with that part, but
she said that a guy wouldn't commit to her. So that's what she's doing now. She's mirroring. Hey, listen, but for the record,
that's true.
I totally support her. I just wanted you guys to see the similarities in those two. Okay.
I think that they're two different things. I do. I think that one of them,
Now, if she would have said 4 years, I've been single 4 years, I'm just dating 3 men every 3 months. All right, never mind.
Well, my thing is this: if you're going, I think like this on both sides. So for men or for women, if what you want to do right now is casually date, then do that. But I don't think that you should carry on as though you are committed to somebody and they don't know that you're dating other people, and then they feel a certain way. We've always said I think you need to have a conversation, right? Especially if you're thinking you're committed and somebody else is not committed, then that's a lack of communication, and that causes problems. It causes heartbreak. It causes
That's not what she said though. We taking that meaning that question away.
I'm confused.
What I'm saying is she's being open. Nobody said the other person wasn't allowed to date. The other lady said she had been single for 4 years and she's scared that it's going to be bad sex. And
then this one said the reason why she just want to rock out because her ex cheated on her or didn't commit to her. So she got the same hangups. Y'all ain't sending her to
the... that's why? Did she say that's why she didn't want to be in a relationship? I think she said
she said that God cheated on her.
Bring it back up.
She said he didn't commit.
Right, he didn't commit. She didn't say he cheated on her, and she didn't say anything about being worried about the sex. Like to me, okay, so
she ended up breaking her own heart. Now she has a problem.
But I think that a lot of times grown people automatically jump to sex. She didn't say nothing about having sex. I've dated
she said she didn't commit because of what happened in her previous relationship. Same thing. Situation. She cannot perform like she planned to based off of her previous relationship. She had a situationship with a man who wouldn't commit. I ended up breaking my own heart over him and not really giving. And now I really zero fucks, like zero.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, I'd rather just break it off with two people, two feeling catchers, because based off of her ex.
Right.
Same thing. Homegirl.
Kind of, because at least
She dragging her baggage too. She don't want to commit because of her ex.
She's not going into a relationship though. There's a difference. She's
She want to be free. That's your thing.
Here's
So
the
this
thing.
one didn't want to be a hoe, and this one wants to be a hoe. It's the same thing. Just
No. Look, I'm saying you're saying hoe because you're assuming she's having sex. I don't think
that doesn't mean she's having
Okay,
sex.
I have a question.
But hold on, let me finish
Yeah, I
what
would be.
I'm saying though. So with the first girl, she said she was single for 4 years, and now she's worried about going into. So maybe if she had done for that
And
4
she
years,
said every man that she gets with-
now. Listen to what I'm saying.
she said every man she gets with, she thinks
You
is
keep
a man.
interrupting me. You keep interrupting me. I need you to hear what I'm
But
saying.
you're not calling her right though, Aisha. The whole
girl-
situation. She said she thinks that men are playing with her. That's why she can't commit. The first chick said that.
I heard what she said. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm saying the girl now who's dating multiple men and is not interested in guys who are catching feelings. I'm saying the other girl who was concerned about her man not being good in bed, if she had done during that 4 years what this girl is doing, she might not be in the same mental state that she's in. She got to work
did that. She said every time she hangs out with a guy, she removes herself romantically because 4 years ago she got cheated on. She said that. Same thing.
Okay, so did she date multiple people and not worry about the feelings? Is what I'm saying.
She sounded like she did, but she said she couldn't. She said she had to remove her feelings every time she gets into it. She removes herself romantically, is what she said. But now she's feeling homeboy. She hasn't removed herself yet, but they all haven't had sex yet because that also ruins the relationship. I'm just saying it's very similar.
I think there's similarities, but I also think it's different too. And the reason why I say it would be different is because this young lady that we're talking about now is saying she wants to remove herself from this. The guys are catching feelings, and she doesn't want to catch feelings. She wants to replace them. So she's not going in and trying to hurt anybody. This other young lady is not necessarily going in and not trying to hurt anybody too. So I definitely see the similarities, but at least I can respect this young lady for saying, you know, I don't want to commit. I'm just kind of trying to have fun. And I think men have this issue too, where they think just because you're dating multiple men means that you're having sex with multiple men. And that can be farther from the truth.
Right.
That could be very far from the truth. It does not mean that just because you're going out and going out and maybe dating multiple guys doesn't mean you're having sex with them. It could just mean that you just
at least one or two of them.
Oh, none of them.
Sometimes it's not any of them.
Buzz down. I'm the buzz down. My bad. Hold on.
What?
That's what
You are crazy.
emoji. My bad.
Dawn, you are hilarious as always.
Hey, I was faithful my whole marriage. Now, what I choose to do right now, judge you? Not.
I wanted to say that I agree. Like when you're young or when you're single, you could see whoever you want to see. But the problem I had was dating multiple people. I can honestly say before me and whoever I'm with, before we got serious, we saw other people. But once it's the word dating, no, I'm just dating. I'm only dating you. I'm not dating multiple people. It's different if I'm saying, okay, I'm seeing other people, but I'm not dating them. You know what I mean? The word dating to me is totally different. Dating to me is it's monogamous. It's just me and you. If we dating, we figuring each other out. It's just me and you. Now, if we not dating, if we just seeing people, then yeah, I can see whoever I want to see. But once you start putting labels on it, dating to me is just you and that person. To me, that's not multiple people or you seeing multiple people. To me,
that's
you talking to people or you figuring yourself out. You know, that's what we say. Like you just having fun. But I wouldn't use the term dating if I'm saying multiple people trying to figure myself out. Like in college, I never said, "Oh, I'm dating this person, dating that person," because I'm talking to multiple people. I would have just
said.
This
generation, in my generation, what you're talking about is a relationship.
Is dating?
It's an exclusive. No. Oh, dating is you're dating you're seeing multiple people. You're out dating multiple people.
You're going on
it's different. I promise you. Tell a person my age, oh, I'm dating this person, I'm dating that person. How you dating all these people?
Because I'm going on a date. They all taking me on a date somewhere.
Yeah. So that means I'm dating.
It's different. It's different. Like
I believe you.
Because they gonna look at you like, girl, you dating
We
all these
believe you,
people.
honey.
You not dating all them people. You better not be. Like, it's different saying you seeing them people. Because y'all know people my age, they gonna be, you a hoe, you dating all them people.
But it's like, but then people say I'm talking to.
Yeah,
Right,
that's what
but
we
they
said
don't always
earlier.
assume that you're sleeping with them either, you know.
Like talking to, it seems like the talking to phrase is equal to dating. Like, you know, depending on where your perspective, what generation you from.
Yeah,
It's like,
and depending on who you talking to.
I'm firing the timekeeper.
And depending on who you talking to, like they take it that way.
Sunny,
Yes.
are you the timekeeper or no?
Oh.
It's a good conversation. Hold on, ladies. Let me close, okay? Sorry. We went past the time. But give me 1 second. I'm going to close and we'll come right back. All right. Thank you all for joining Candid Conversations this evening. As you can see, the conversation has gotten really good and we have gotten into it. I want to thank my guest host, Lisa Tracy, for coming on and adding some flavor. Thank you for our boss chick, Katanya Raby, for coming on. We appreciate the information that you share with us, and we wish you all the best. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you can get reminded every time the show comes on. This is Aisha Israel, your laid back, down to earth life coach, reminding you to know and embrace true love because you're worth it. Have a blessed week and good night.